The first one we've looked at
Okay.
is this one in El Plado, and that's around about $950 a month. Same apartment on Airbnb.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a big difference, right? 950 bucks on the local market, and here it's 2,800.
I was expecting 30, 40, 50%, but this is crazy.
For a long time, we've been trying to solve the issue of overpriced rentals for expats coming to Medellin. And I think we've finally done it. Ryan, my guest on today's video, has spent the last couple of months creating a portal that's basically designed like Airbnb, but that's meant to show expats the real price of apartments in Medellin. So stay with me in this video. I'm going to show you how the platform looks. I'm going to interview Ryan to see how he came about in building it. But trust me, you're going to be absolutely surprised and shocked when you see what you should actually be paying.
Ryan, first of all, mate, thank you so much for being on and walking us through this amazing platform that you've created. But first of all, you're telling me that it's only for a certain type of person, this platform. Can you tell me exactly who it's for?
Yeah, so it's specifically aimed at people that want to stay in Medellin for more than a month. People on student visas, digital nomads, retirees, investors, basically people that aren't part of the party crowd that are in Medellin for a few days or a few weeks. All of the apartments and rooms on the platform are furnished. They're all for more than 30-day stays. And most importantly, none of them require a Fiador. So for people that might not be aware what a Fiador is, a lot of rentals in Colombia require you to find a local Colombian that's willing to vouch for you and be your guarantor, which is kind of difficult to do unless you've got maybe Colombian family or you've got a close friend here that's Colombian. If you've only been here for a few weeks, it's very hard to find someone that's going to be willing to act as your guarantor. So all of these apartments on here don't need a Fiador, so perfect for people that are nomads from foreigners looking for a place to stay.
Great, man. That sounds amazing. So this is definitely for those of us who have come to Medellin, already spent some time, like I always say in my videos, come here, rent on Airbnb for a bit, see which area you like, and once you're ready and you want to stay 6 months, 12 months, maybe you got a long-term visa, then it's time to check out your platform and book something more long-term. So that's amazing. We're actually going to go through the platform step by step in a little bit and show you. But first, I had a couple more questions for Ryan. Ryan, how did you get all these listings, mate? I'm quite curious because I've seen how the pricing is very different. But how did you reach out? How did you build this, I guess, portfolio or directory of listings?
There are at least 20 Facebook groups that have listings on them, local market listings for nomads. The problem with that is that they're spread over 20 groups, so you might have been on some of these yourself. You're trawling through. There's not just rentals on there. There's like children's clothes, there's nail varnish, there's a load of noise. Personally, I ended up spending hours per day going through all these Facebook groups and WhatsApp groups and individual agent websites to try and find places. And often they required a Fiador, and it just got really stressful to do. I was thinking, I've got better things to do with my time. Wouldn't it be great if we got all of the things on here? So I've been basically going around those Facebook groups, reaching out to agents and saying, hey, there's a platform here. It's free to add your property. They just need to be furnished, not require a Fiador, and be for more than 1 month. So people have been adding them on there. And also, I think there's just been a lot of word of mouth because it's also difficult for agents because they post something on Facebook. Within a few hours, there's more posts and their posting gets lost in the noise. So this is kind of good for everyone in that the people looking for apartments to rent can find them easily, and also people that do have apartments and they want to rent them out can get them in front of the right people.
Brilliant. That actually sounds amazing because I've done that before. I've been looking for apartments for clients. I've even been as far as going out to walk around the street looking at signs. Some of you actually might have seen me doing this on a video that I talk about how to rent apartments in Medellin. So walking around, looking at the signs, getting the number on WhatsApp, messaging people don't respond. They ghost you. The listing that's up there, might not be up anymore. So it's very, very frustrating. So it's nice that you built a streamlined application where we can immediately go and look and find exactly what we want. So Ryan, do you want to jump on and give us a look of exactly how this works? Guys, this is the Nomad Barrio website, which is Ryan's product. Ryan, so first of all, could you talk us through step by step? Can I give you some maybe deliverables, and you can find me an apartment, mate? Okay. I want something in Poblado, like basically everyone else.
Entire property, or you? Let's go for it. Treat yourself.
Yeah, of course. I don't want to share a room
How
with
many
no
rooms
one.
would you like?
And one bed is enough, I'd say.
Let's do a search for that. So we've got 26. We can filter this down a little bit more, but we've got 26 one beds on there at the moment. There's new places being added every day.
Okay.
And so you can see there the average price
Okay.
of that is around about $1,400 is kind of what you're looking at the moment for a one bed. Is there anything else you would like in your one bed?
Drop the price to under 1,000. I want to see if you have anything available, because everybody knows that it's almost impossible to get a nice place in Poblado for less than 1,000 these days.
Okay, so we've got six that are under that. So these are more like the lower end of the range. We've got a few here in the center of Poblado.
So that's Calle Diaz, for anyone that doesn't know, the main street in Medellin. And what we're looking at now is the main tourist area. So if you stay anywhere in this area, you got easy access to basically anything you might want. So let's check out the first one there then. $953. That looks pretty good to me.
Okay, so this is a one bed place, similar to Airbnb. Description, details of what's in the property. If you go on to places like Facebook, the details you're given are really not designed for nomads. Because like personally, I want to know what's the Wi-Fi. I've got a dog. Can I bring them? Is there air conditioning? Those type of things are never really in those listings. So what we've done is design it in a way where if you want to upload a property, you've got to provide the information that actually people are interested in. So there's a bunch of stuff there. There's a map of where it is. The cool thing about this is you can just get in contact directly with the owner or the agent, the person that's listed it. It's not like an Airbnb where you're having to pay a commission for them. So you get in contact with them and then take it from there.
So show us some photos and let's see what this place looks like, okay?
Got a studio place here. I think the centerpiece of this studio is the hot tub right next to the bed. Maybe you'd like to get out of bed in the morning and just jump into the hot tub, and this place is going to be perfect for you.
You got the work desk there as well, which is pretty good, which is what a lot of digital nomads want. Pretty big. Got a nice view of a couple of trees and things there. For a studio, this is kind of big also.
Yeah, it's pretty big. And it's also in a great location, right? You're right next to Manila. You're just down the road from Provenza. This is actually it's next to a gym that I go to. So if you're into going to the gym, it's a good one.
So let's say we like this apartment. How can we contact Sarah? Sarah's the agent, I'm assuming.
So this is Sarah. This is Sarah, the agent. She speaks English and Spanish. So on all the listings here, it states the language. So sometimes you might have to Google Translate will be your friend, and you'll have to try and converse with them in Spanish. Sarah speaks both of those, so you can get in contact with her. So this goes directly to Sarah.
Okay.
But first of all, there's some important information here around things to do and not to do when you're looking and you're looking to make an offer on properties to rent.
Guys, intermission right now. This part of the video is extremely important because scams do happen in Medellin. These basically next 4 things that Ryan has listed on his website, I always warn you against, because every month, plenty of, I guess, maybe naive expats who are not doing their due diligence get scammed out of their hard-earned money. So make sure you pay attention in this part and listen to what we're telling you, right? Ryan, let us know what we need to look out for.
The way I always think about this is don't do anything in Medellin that you wouldn't do in your own city. I'm from London. Scams happen in London all the time. There's scams happen also in Medellin. They happen all around the world. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. What normally happens is they say, hey, this is really cheap. So there's a bit of a hook to try and catch you on there. And then the next thing they'll do is they'll ask you for some kind of upfront payment. Under no circumstances should you pay people upfront without having seen the property. So if you're sitting in the UK right now, you're sitting in the US, and you're thinking of getting a property here, I'd really suggest you get that Airbnb first for the first few weeks, find a neighborhood you like, and then physically go and visit the property. I rented a property recently in Laureles for 3 months. The point I paid the agent was when I was sat in the living room with the keys, and was ready to move in. Because at that point, I'm happy this is a legit place to be. Just take care on these, follow this advice, and that pretty much helps you mitigate against the risk of being spammed or scammed even.
Do not sit in the US, send some messages, and then bank transfer someone or PayPal someone, because you may never see your money again. So you've been warned. I don't want to hear any messages from anyone about this later. All right.
Generally, good advice is don't give money to people off the internet that you haven't met.
All right. So once we've read all this, we understand how it goes. We hit contact Sarah, and that will open up they'll open up WhatsApp, and there you can basically send her a message and say, hey, I'd love to come out, check out the property. And then
That's right.
You go and look at it, right, Ryan? Is there anything else that we should know, man, about your platform? And by the way, before you answer that question, guys, I'm going to leave a link to access this platform in the description of this video. So just go down there, click it, and you can find whatever apartment you want. But Ryan, yeah, anything else we need to know?
A lot of people have specific things that they want in terms of an apartment, not just a one bed, but actually amenities in there. Maybe like me, you've got a dog, so it's important that it's a pet friendly space, or you want to smoke, or like you've got a thing and you're like, I absolutely need to live in a place with a balcony. You can filter for all of those things too. And it's just a nice, simple way to find those. So you're not having to call around, contact people and say, hey, is it okay if I bring my dog? The other thing on here as well is you can create an alert. Maybe you're not quite yet ready to put in an offer on a place, and actually you're just more you're just looking. So what you can do is say, hey, I'm interested in places in Poblado between this price range, 1 to 2 beds. And what will happen is every time a new property is added to the site that matches that criteria, we'll send you an email, and it's got the details and you can look at it. And if you want to, you can get in touch with them. So again, it's just about making it easy. So you're not having to come to the site every day and go, hey, is there anything you want?
I love that feature. That's brilliant. Did you come up with that?
I didn't, I copied it.
Okay. I haven't seen that one before, but that's really cool. I like that. If there's nothing else, we might search another part of the city, my favorite part of the city, Laureles.
Sure.
Can we have a look at that? Let's say $1,000 and under, 1 bed in Laureles. But I'd be really, really happy if I could find something under 700 would be amazing. Can we do that? Okay, what do we got there? 546, 589, 546, 660. Damn.
Yeah, so Laureles is a lot cheaper than Poblado.
I'm
You'll
looking
also
at this.
notice is that actually you're getting more luxury modern apartments in Poblado. Laureles tends to be less modern, but it's a lot cheaper. So there's a good kind of trade-off there if that's something like you're more budget conscious. I also live in Laureles. I prefer it to Poblado just because I think it's a bit more authentic, and I don't like walking up hills.
I agree. So which one should we look at, mate?
You choose.
Which one is striking you as a bit of a... I see it. All that thing is jumping out at my eyes is that huge pool and nice view. Can we look at that one? How does this one look? What's that? $683. Is that a 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom? All right, talk us through what features this one has, mate.
The big ticket item here has got to be the really nice swimming pool and the view. Not too modern inside, but hey, maybe you're into having a swimming pool and a great view. $683 a month, so it's a bit cheaper than the ones in Poblado. We've got air conditioning, private parking, 24/7 security. All the bills are included. Good internet. There's a sauna in the building as well, and a balcony with a great view.
Ryan, we've seen Poblado about $1,000. We've seen a nice place with a pool and a nice view and a balcony in Laureles for about under $700. I guess where everything comes together is this actually cheaper than Airbnb? So can we jump on Airbnb maybe? And let's see what the actual average pricing is there.
In advance of this, I've actually done a bit of research on this and tried to find some apartments that are both on Nomad Barrio and on Airbnb, so we can kind of do a bit of a comparison of what the prices are. The first one we've looked at is this one in El Plado, and that's around about $950 a month. Same apartment on Airbnb. As you'll see there, it's got the messy bed. I'm not sure why people don't make the bed nice if you can take the photos, and a hot tub in there, but exact same apartment.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a big difference, right? So between $950 on the local market, and here it's $2,800.
3.5 times more. $1,600 extra per month on Airbnb.
Yeah.
That's like That's unbelievable, man. Like I was expecting 30, 40, 50%, but this is crazy.
Yeah, and so you can there's some big differences between the local market and the Airbnb market.
I need some kind of explanation at this point. Why do you think, because you've done, looked at a lot of apartments, obviously on Airbnb and on the local market, what do you think the reason for this huge pricing discrepancy is?
I think there's a couple of things going on here. So the first of them is that on every Airbnb are taking, I think, between up to around 15-20% take. So already it's that much higher. In many cases, you've got a property management company that is also doing the Airbnb on behalf of the owner, and they're going to take a cut as well. So there's a number of places on Nomad Barrio where the owner has put it on and bypassed the Airbnb and the management company, and it's a lot cheaper. The other thing going on is just, I think, the way that these monthly Airbnbs get priced. So what often appears to be the case is they take the daily rate for the tourists and multiply that by 30, and maybe they throw in a bit of a discount, but the end price that you get to is substantially higher than what's on the local market. So, for example, I know the local market in London, it's the most expensive city in Europe. I think it's the third most expensive city in the world. This would be very high for a studio in central London. So what you've got here is some very high prices, and they're based off that tourist price. Whereas the local price is based more off, obviously there are nomads and foreigners in that market, but there's also Colombians as well, and Colombians aren't going to pay nearly $3,000 for a studio. That's a lot of money you could save every month to do other things, and that might be learning Spanish, it might be going out all the time. There's lots of things you could do with that money. So that's potentially a great way of saving some cash if you're here long term.
I mean, I can't even believe that the price difference is that much. I wasn't really expecting that, but I'd really like to see Laurelis as well. Let's take a look. Do you have that same apartment as well on this one?
This is the one with the great pool. That's also on Airbnb. You'll see there, great pool, same bed, same photos. That apartment in Laureles is $683 per month on the local market. On Airbnb, it's 1,129. So it's nearly twice as much on there.
What's that quick maths? $450 extra a month, something like that?
Pretty substantial amount of
my
money.
God.
And if you're here for 6 months, that really starts to add up.
So this is probably mind-blowing for a lot of people. Probably people thinking that your website is a scam as well now, because the pricing is so unbelievable. Ryan, just tell me how this is possible, man.
There's other local sites in Spanish you can go on to. You can look at the prices on those for similar apartments. They're all around about the same prices that we've seen. And if you think about in whatever city you live in at the moment, would you pay $3,000 for a studio apartment? Probably not, because that's a lot of money. Property prices on Airbnb really reflect the tourist price, but for just an extended period of time. So that daily rate is just reflected as a monthly rate a lot of the time. So that's where you see these big discrepancies.
Yeah, so that's amazing that now we have somewhere that we can actually go on. We don't have to troll like 1,000 Facebook groups and agent websites in Spanish and try and figure everything out. We can jump straight on Nomad Barrio. We can do a couple of quick searches, filters, and we can find exactly what we want for a much, much cheaper price. What if someone's watching right now and they're actually an Airbnb owner and they want to list their property? Because I know a lot of people may be fed up with the fees on Airbnb and Airbnb taking, 30% or whatever of their monthly income. Can they also list on this website? And if so, how can they do so, Ryan?
Until the end of this year, it's absolutely completely free to add your property to Nomad Barrio. And you can add as many properties as you want. At some point, I think in 2025, we're going to start charging a one-off listing fee, but we're not going to be charging commission either now or any point in the future. So now's a great time to do that. Just go to nomadbarrio.com/host. It's super simple to add your property. It takes around 5 minutes. Last week, we had 800 people coming to the site to view properties. I think 2,700 in the last 30 days. So it's a great place to add your property and get it in front of your target audience.
Amazing. So I'm going to leave the link in the description of Nomad Barrio for those of you who want to go and actually rent a place. And also I'm going to leave the link if you're a host and you actually want to list your property on this website as well. And remember, until the end of this year, it's completely free. Ryan, I'm very excited about this platform, mate. I think you've solved a huge problem for many of the expats living in Medellin right now, and also those people who are looking to move here in 2025 or sometime in the near future, and housing is top of their list for things that they need to sort out. So if people have more questions about how this works or something else, how could they get in touch with you, or where can they leave their questions?
I think the best place is just put something in the comments on this video. I'm going to be looking at them. I'm really keen to get people's feedback. So this is a work in progress. We're trying to improve it. We're trying to make it a great experience. If it's missing things, or actually this thing is frustrating, or I'm confused, again, let us know, and we're constantly iterating on it to make it better. So yeah, stick any comments in the comment section.
Brilliant. So guys, leave a comment if you have any questions. Ryan's going to be on there having a look every couple of days and answering that for you. And also, if there's some feature that Ryan has forgotten that you'd really love to have in here, let him know as well, and then he's going to add that in. This is an app for the people, by the people, right? Nomad Barrio.
Sure is, yeah.